Greetings, everyone. I am your host, and I would like to welcome you back to the Coins Alert, your home for your cryptocurrency fix. It was Ripple Van Winkle. Perhaps every person's having an amazing day. It's a Sunday fun day type of day. What do you think? About that, listen, in this video, we're going to talk about a supposed bug found on the ledger of XRP, but it's not really a bug, but they're trying to push it the narrative that it's a bug. 9 Ripple employees are trying to push this narrative, but Ripple has come out and generally said it's not a bug. It wasn't done right. We're going to talk about that Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. We're going to look at the price. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, where it's going next, because we had just had this nice little push up, kind of flat. Let's see where the price is going to go to next. Then we're going to talk about Brad Garlinghouse. Has he hinted that David Schwartz is Satoshi? Has Satoshi confirmed that he is Joel Katz? I don't know, like that the plot, it just thickens, folks. There's a lot to go over. We're going to jump into this thing because I like the way the markets look, particularly for a lot of these altcoins that we are holding out. That Bitcoin's $67,251 is currently at 0.42%. In the past 24 hours, Ethereum coming in at 3,086. It's a 0.87%. USDT and USDC finally both back at their dollar pegs, as XRP, well, it hit 52 cents just for a small penny itty bitty wince of a second, and now we're back down to 51 cents. I know it hurts. It's painful to see as this thing is doing nothing. I mean, look at BNB. It's up over 70% in the past 90 days. Solana is up 50%, Time Coins up 205, Doges up 76, Ships up 148. You get the picture. And XRP, well, in the past 90 days, it is down 8%. But don't worry, have no fear, folks, because you know, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you XRP, when it moves, it will move without anything else. Why? It's kind of funny. It's almost like you see all the money rotate. I have all these other coins, and it all goes into XRP at once, because XRP just shoots up like a freaking rocket when it goes parabolic. Sky is the limit, and it's going to be fun. Because once XRP splits, and we will break all-time high come next year, 2,080 cents, give or take right around that mark. Don't shoot the messenger, you could get it right from Joel Katz. Go look at his Twitter feed. He's talked about it as well. It's about 2,082 cents. Once we break that target, we enter price discovery. There is no chart in the world that can tell you what happens or where this thing is going or resistance. Above 2,080 cents, why am I saying that? Because we've never been there. We don't know. People are going to try to take charts and match up data and try to match patterns up. But there is no information. There is nothing out there. That is telling us that that is how it's going to perform. This thing could break ever high and shoot right to $7, right to $10, right to $12. We don't know. We haven't seen a price discovery on XRP since the 2017-2018 bull run. All the money that's in the space now, all the utility that XRP is bringing to the new financial system, all the banks, central banks, remittance companies that are building on top of the XRP ledger. This is going to be fun. Now let's have a quick look. Let's see what's Corium is out there doing. 0.98. This is starting to make a little bit of a climb up. We had the breakdown from 12. We came down. We got into the upper 8-cent region, and now it looks like we are looking to go back up. I am going to buy myself some Corium today, and I'm going to buy myself some XRP today. You know, it's so tough right now what to buy, because it looks like a lot of these cryptos, your main cryptos like Lynx One, just popped right. Solana. I think we're going to see a little bit of a correction. These alts, I think Bitcoin is going to remain to go up. I think a lot of money is going to rotate at these alts, and it's going to go with the Bitcoin. We're going to see Bitcoin get above that $74. 000 resistance we're going to see continue for the rest of the year. Like Bitcoin is king this year. There's no fighting it. Bitcoin is king. So it's tough. It's very, very tough order. Put this out. The most expensive piece in history. I listened, this will go down in the history books. It already is in the history books, and I felt bad. And they actually, for those of you who do not know, they did a 60 minutes interview on this guy a couple of years ago. You know, he's over in Miami. They were talking. It's about the Bitcoin pizza guy. He's over in Miami. I think he has his own, like in V, it was a big mistake. But the whole reason I'm sharing this with you, because a lot of people start to lose faith. Do not be the Bitcoin pizza guy. Do not start to lose faith. Listen, if you want to lose faith at any moments, do in the middle of a bear market, because you still have time to gain that confidence and feedback, and you can get back in, and the price really isn't going to move. But we know we're in a bull market. Any minute, any day, these prices can take off. We don't have a lot of room for error here. We need to stay sharp. We need to stay on top of our game. And we need to make sure we execute. So don't be Bitcoin pizza guy. As crypto breaking news, a whale, we don't know which one, but a whale has bought 1,590 Bitcoin, which is worth over $106 million in the past 24 hours, whether it's a big bank or banks, pension funds, or just flat out whales, folks. Everyone is accumulating Bitcoin. Excuse me, he's right. Listen, we know the banks are coming. We know the institutions are coming. There is no putting this back in the bottle. Institutions are here for the first time. We can say that we got into a market. Before institutions have gotten into the markets, you're probably never going to have that opportunity again. Maybe your kids might have that opportunity. Maybe your kids' might have that opportunity. I believe that once this bull market hits, we will get something like a $7 trillion bull market. for a $7 trillion cryptocurrency market? I don't think that this thing is going to go back down, and I don't think we are going to see a 90% correction. This is a very rare moment, and we are here first. You are still early because the institutions haven't really come in as hard as they are going to become. I think Bitcoin is going to remain pretty consistent. I don't really think we're going to even have a new bull markets after that. Think about that. You really think institutions are going to come into the market. What I know, they can lose 95% of their assets overnight, or their funds, their people that are investing into them to buy them assets. Do you really think that? Could you imagine if you have a 401,000 through your job and you throw your money into it, you know when you get a nice high over 3.5 years, or I shouldn't say you get a nice high for 2 months out of 4 years, and then the thing sinks, and then you rinse and repeat like people want to be putting their money into stuff like that. So I really think we find a stable point here. Let me get this for those of you who do not know what's going on, and I'm not in the mix of this, I'm just reporting the news like I always do. Supposedly XP Markets, who did a crowdfunding phase for their token, they had an incident where a bunch of their tokens supposedly got, I don't want to say leaked, but the contract was wrong, and they're to blame this on a bug in the XRP Ledger when it's not a bug. So Maurice Valda, he's a senior software engineer for Ripplex, flat out said it's not a bug, a limitation was undocumented, yes, but it would have been an issue if but it wouldn't have been an issue if the proper steps were filed. So I don't know, you know. Let me know how. Where do you stand on this? Was this XP Markets messing up and not following the prep of steps was just a poorly executed, overlooked contract, I guess we can say, or a line of code on the XRP Ledger? I don't know, you. Let me know what you think. I'm going to save this for the next video. But we're going to hop over and get into this. So Wheezy's is going to talk about this before he states that Joel Katz is one of the four. The final message was posted by Satoshi. The work on XRP started on April 26, 2011, and a few days later on May 20th, 2011, Satoshi sent a message to Mike Hearn explaining that he had moved on to other things and that everything was going to work out if you catch what we'll write down here for. David SCHWARTZ says in early 2011, SCHWARTZ was looking for something new, interesting, right? Something new. Crypto people were beginning to explore the Bitcoin way to avoid central oversight. While SCHWARTZ doesn't identify as libertarian, he had purchased a few Bitcoin and agreed with many of the movement ideals. He was particularly troubled by the centralization of money. Then we get to this Satoshi Nakamoto, something David also used. He mentions he never likes to use his real name. Why Joel Katz instead of David SCHWARTZ? This piques my interest. No, that dates back to my high school days, my friend John. The first, hope he's listening, had a bulletin board system back in the days before the internet was accessible to everyone. People would actually call other people's computers to leave messages and share gossip, and he asked me if I wanted an account. And I said yes, and he asked me if I wanted to use my real name, and I said no, I didn't have a real reason why. I had no clear plan, but I thought I don't. So interesting, right? Then Satoshi shared a pre-release version of the Bitcoin code was released around November 16, 2009, which also happens to be David SCHWARTZ's birthday. David SCHWARTZ worked for Webmaster Incorporated from 2001 to 2011, which is a company based in California that did contract work with the National Security Agency, NSA. Vitalik mentioned that he believed that the NSA was the one who created Bitcoin. It is possible that SCHWARTZ created the majority of Bitcoin while he was working for the NSA. Last but not least, Satoshi's final record message ever. I would want to give more credit to contributors David SCHWARTZ, who I know is the only person to not accept XRP as a bond creation, which brings us to the drum roll. Please, Brad Garlinghouse, listen to what he says here with Joe. I will correct one item. Immediately after the gates had been opened, Ripple did not actually issue XRP. The XRP Ledger is an open-source decentralized technology that is comparable to Bitcoin. Some of the people who created the XRP Ledger were early engineers who worked on Bitcoin. They saw some of the scalability problems that Bitcoin is likely to have, including the speed because of energy consumption and cost,